are they the ones who were swinging while pregnant? Is that one?
Yes, that's them. And she's a hottie, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. I just want to make sure I don't get my information wrong. Okay, Ray, you good to go?
Yep.
All right. Alrighty. Let's not keep our guests waiting. Stretch it out, and we'll play music, and we'll bring you in. We'll say hello.
Ooh.
And we'll do the thing. We'll just keep you guys for as long as you want to stay. If it's the whole 90 minutes, or if you guys get tired, you want to leave, just let me know.
All good.
All right. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 99 of The Rich Dickman Show, the podcast. It is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host. I am Ren. Once again, 99 times is actually 100. Ray, this is like true 100, man, because we had episode 0. So maybe we're doing this early. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We got Ray. We got me. We got guests, our favorite guests. It's been a while. It's been, my God, it's been almost 30 weeks since I've been here. It is Eros Nisus Priority Society. Hi, Eros Nisus.
Good to be here.
Hi,
What's up, guys?
See, I turned that around on you, Ray. I said hi to them before I said hi to you.
Yeah, what the hell? I actually had something funny to say, but now what am I going to do this whole show?
Now you have to
Nothing.
say it.
Do it again. Come on in again, Ray.
Let's start over.
Yeah, no, we got to play the intro again. It's such a good intro. Let's play the whole intro.
It's a good song.
All right, so here we go, Ray. Okay. So before we get going here, I do want to disclose to the audience that this week was a little crazy recording week. So when you hear this, it'll be a week after we actually recorded it. I know we're not supposed to go inside baseball here, but because of the events of the world and how things have changed so quickly in 2 days, I just wanted everybody to know that episode 98 was recorded on March 10th, and 99 is on March 12th. And that's where we're at, and that's what you get. And I'm sorry, but that's how it is. And but we're here, and it's Ray, it's Eros, it's Isis, it's the Priory Society. We're gonna have a little sexy conversation about current events, I think. See what's going on.
Yes, I
yeah.
can get.
So how have you guys been? I mean, I was thinking about it. I think last time you guys were on was episode 68. So this is a long time since we last talked.
Well, we realized that was a mistake because we should have been on episode 69. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess technically it was 69 since they did episode 0.
Thank you.
So,
well, 68 is valid in the swingers lifestyle too, because that's when you do me and I owe you one. Oh, I'm gonna play lazy. That's the 68.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Ray, we 69 with Eros Nisus. So.
No, it's 68 by the symbols. If you're going through the symbology of it, or symbology, I just pulled it's symbolism. Is the 8's closed? So what? Somebody's got their mouth closed? Is that what it is? They're like refusing, or they like fell asleep or something?
Or they're just lazy.
yeah.
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 Is what?
Be here again.
Let's jump right into it, because is the 69 position, like, is that a popular swinger thing, or do you guys kind of stay away from that? Just
Well, it happens often enough, not too
Okay.
frequently.
But the woman has to pass the sniff test. It's a scientific approach that I use.
Oh yeah.
Because when you're in a 69 position, and if that woman has a funky pussy or sweaty, or maybe she, didn't shower thoroughly, or something's going on, maybe a imbalance of pH going on.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that position where she's kind of holding you down with her knees, and you can't go
get out.
anywhere.
Right.
And she can just sit on you, and you really can't really wiggle out because it feels good. What she's doing to you. It's a bad position, man. So as long as she passes that sniff test, then I'm all on board.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Would you maybe equate that to like a dirty pussy waterboarding? Like it's just awful, right?
Well, yeah. Also, some ladies are squirters, true squirters.
Yeah.
Okay, big difference. Some ladies say that they squirt. They're just pissing on you.
Yeah.
But some ladies actually have that whoosh, that internal whoosh, a lot of water coming out, and it's this clear. It's not piss. It's something else.
Yeah.
But most women that say they squirt are just pissing all over the place.
Exactly.
yeah.
Warm piss.
Yeah.
Can
And
I
I
tell you
find
guys-
like when I'm
Go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
No, you first. You're the guest.
No,
He's being a gentleman. He heard your
Yes.
voice. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was going to say that I feel like more guys are more interested in me sitting on their face than just doing a 69 position. That's been
Right.
happening
So
lately.
give the position. The man is laying down,
Yeah.
standard on the bed, face up.
And then he taps me if we're, doing stuff and he wants me to come up towards his face and I straddle his face.
Facing
That's-
him.
Exactly.
It's like a
So,
7, right?
I'm facing the headboard. Yeah, exactly.
Guys like that shit.
They do.
And again, this isn't a situation where we're doing a swap. So
Right.
I'm generally not paying a lot of attention because I'm usually busy with his wife
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
doing
that's-
stuff.
Yeah.
Being naughty.
Doing stuff.
You guys you're just my favorite people. I just want to tell you what a weird life I live is that, obviously I'm not going to tell you what my real job is here on the air, but I can tell you off the air because I think you'd find that interesting. But, last week we were talking Survivor with Mike Bloom. And this week we're talking, 69s and 7s with the Priory Society. So we are a very, Ray, is the word ubiquitous? Like what's the word for this show here? I'm not sure. I don't
I think that word does describe it really well. Yeah.
I don't know what we do anymore, but it's great.
Yeah.
And I love it. I absolutely
A
love
little bit
it.
of everything.
Yeah. Well
Yeah.
rounded.
Yeah. All right. So, I
Yeah.
got to do the normal thing I do at the beginning of the show real quick. Ray, if you don't mind, we'll get to all the other stuff in a second, but, you can find all your Rich Dickman needs at richdickman.com. And while you're there, click the merch tab, get yourself a shirt and Eat the Rich t-shirt. I know it's not looking good for the socialists of the world, but hey, we can still spread the message. Let's promote socialism by using capitalism. Get that Eat the Rich shirt. It's a nice shirt. It's a good shirt. Also, at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter, and you can call the Dickman line 860-316-4776, but nobody really calls Dickman line anymore. I don't know, Ray. Maybe we should get rid of it, except the church number. Well, no, I know HDNB
Yeah, that
calls.
one's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and let's see here. That's the Patreon, patreon.com/Rich Dickman. You're gonna find a lot of bonus clips these past weeks because I got a lot of stuff I have to cut out from our last episode, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Eros Nisus, I'm so glad to have you guys back. I always love
Thank
talking
you.
to you both. Everything's very interesting. And since we last talked, the two of you have been posting more content on your Instagram and your Twitter with the videos and the tours of the places in Las Vegas you go, and we have seen ISIS's lovely derriere in these pictures. So, which is great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I guess Eros Nisus, what prompted the sexier pictures, or has that been going on for a while? And I just noticed.
We have put them up in the past. We do know that people love kind of taking an inside look at our adventures. And so we did start doing more vlog style uploads and give them an inside scoop on where we are, our hotel room. And they just love to get a sneak peek into, your everyday life, kind of like reality TV, right, babe?
Yeah, it's true. And, if you take a look back in our Instagram, we never really set out to make it a porno channel.
Yeah.
We speak about the swinging lifestyle. We talk about wife swaps. We talk about sharing each other, having an open marriage, open relationship.
We do educational posts.
Yeah. And we never wanted to be the account that wanted to attract people with like boob pictures, titty ass pictures, hump Wednesday pictures, thongs,
Right.
things like that. We wanted to be the people who stood out and taught some great techniques, strategies to the swinging community, newbies. About half of our listeners are newbies. They haven't played yet. So we wanted to separate ourselves from the other shows that's what they do. It's a lot of, thong pictures and stuff, and they don't really get into the educational component. Sure, they're fun, a lot of fun to listen to the shows. We just wanted to separate ourselves. And I think you guys understand the importance of having that niche and doing things a little bit differently. So we're very unconventional.
Absolutely. I think that's what the appeal of your podcast is that, you can just jump right in and you don't necessarily have to worry about, listening to somebody orgasm on a podcast. You can just learn about how to make somebody else's wife orgasm in a very, not scientific way, but a very appropriate way almost. What I'm saying is I enjoy the niche that you guys have, and you provide a service to those out there, and we appreciate it. So thank you very much. I do have to say your tours of the places in Vegas, I get a kick out of each one of them. I think you guys did one at the New York, with the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the commentary between the people you were seeing and the roller coaster was just absolutely hilarious. So, more of those. I love those.
Yeah. We find that people live vicariously through the locations, and also they, we're very in tune and in touch with our listeners. And when they can get a little bit of a different dimension on what we're doing and what we're all about, it makes every episode more important and also more fun, because they can see kind of like a behind the scenes type thing. And I'm sure you offer something similar in your Patreon. I mean, if you're offering a Patreon, you're probably offering some cool stuff like that as well. And that's really what we're trying to do is to give people a little lens to peer inside, and they become more engaged with us and obviously become more loyal fans, because we have 3 loyal listeners. We're trying to get to 10.
Yeah. We were up
That's
to
2
8
years,
now,
by the way.
but that's another set of that's another boob job. So, we count.
Didn't you have like
people?
Did you have like 5.5 last time?
And a half.
It might have been 6 3/4 at the time, but it fluctuates.
Yeah.
5.5 listeners. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's episodes we do where I get really angry and they're really bad, and we lose a listener or two. So,
Well,
Sure.
yeah, it
it's
happens.
tough to keep
right?
everyone happy, right? You gotta be yourself, and I think you guys are. You guys were talking about Freemasonry last time, man. You guys, we have to make sure you set the record straight here, because what was it, Ray, that was in Fresno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you saw a bunch of black guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, those guys are known as the Prince Hall Masons. Generally, it's a faction of Masonry. It's not Grand Lodge, but generally it's a bunch of black guys, and very cool. And it's still the same teachings, but they have their own bodies, their own associations, and they're allowed to come to the Grand Lodge standard meetings and stuff, as long as they talk to the worshipful master and they are vetted. I've been in the craft for a while, since 05. Actually, before 05. 05 is when I got my 3rd degree, which is called When You Get Raised. So it's good stuff, man. If you have any questions, I've got a million. Feel free to shoot them out.
Did you just say somebody's called the worshipful master?
That he's the master of the lodge. The lodge room is set up like a courtroom, and the worshipful master, he sits in the east, right? It has to do with the sun, right? And a lot of symbology in that room, but the most important part of Freemasonry is that you have to believe in a higher power. They don't really specify or care what your higher power is. You just have to believe in something that's greater than you. And the altar always has a holy Bible, and then your holy book, whatever that may be, whenever you're doing ritual work and going through degrees. Pretty cool.
So I can't just walk into a Freemason lodge and be like, yo guys, what's up? I'm hanging out, right? You need to be inducted or admitted or something, right?
That's correct. If you go to a Masonic lodge, there's usually a Tyler, a man with a sword out front, and he's allowed to stab you, cut you up. Yeah. Okay. There really is a Tyler. And some places actually have guys with guns, because the sword was, it's an old fashioned thing. It's customary. Their outfit, the regalia, does have a sword for the Tyler that's guarding the door. But a lot of these guys do also have, automatic firearms, semi-automatic rather. Or depending on where you are in the country, fully automatic. You do pass a background check, guys. You submit your application to Grand Lodge. So I always tell people, if you want to join Freemasonry, join it before you go stupid and beat your neighbor up, and then you can't pass the background check, right?
Yeah.
So there is you got to do it.
So
okay, hey,
go ahead.
I just want to say one last thing. Once you submit your application, in several weeks, it goes up to Grand Lodge, depending on where it is in your state. They'll return the background check. Then your lodge votes on you, and this is where the term blackballing comes from, because you all of the members of the lodge, they all stand up and they go up to this little box that you vote with. So you can put a marble in there, or a little square little peg thing, and it's so balls elect, cubes reject. And you no one sees how you're voting. You just stick your hand in a thing. You choose the thing you want to put in there, and then the worshipful master or someone else in lodge, his assistant, one of the deacons or someone else in lodge will pull this out and make a count. Okay, this person is allowed to join our lodge. So a lot goes into it.
Yep.
So, okay, first of all, you just named our episode. Balls elect, cubes reject. All right, so that's what we're calling this one. What, is there is there a cost associated with becoming a Freemason? Like, do you have to pay them? Do you have dues, or do you have an application fee? Or I assume there's got to be something, right?
Yeah, but it's super cheap. I mean, we're talking about maybe $200, $300 for the entire year. It's not a big money making venture. The way those guys make money is when the Freemasons, they will their estate to the Grand Lodge. And then the Grand Lodge goes on, and it's probably one of the biggest fraternities out there, the world's oldest fraternity. But they take care of a lot of people, not just the widows of the men that were in the craft, but also they have a bunch of different charities that they do support. And so a lot of the money goes to support worldwide charities where they have jurisdiction. Cool stuff, man.
Yeah. I'm almost about to spend the whole episode going here, but Ray, this is what you should have done in Fresno, man. You should have grabbed a whiskey, grabbed your shitty old fashioned and talked to one of these guys. And then you could have brought all the info. We wouldn't have to waste Eros's time on this. What does ISIS do? Is there like a female Freemasonry society that, or is ISIS, are you not involved at all? Do you hate it when he goes, like, how do you feel here?
I love it when he goes to lodge because I know how much he enjoys it. And I don't get involved in the female division. What's it called, babe?
So they have, so standard Freemasonry doesn't allow women to be a part of the progressive line, the officers of the lodge,
right,
or even members of the lodge.
Right.
So they usually have women's groups that meet, sometimes within the lodge in other rooms, doing other things, business of the lodge, right, whatever. And so they're not allowed to participate in the ritual. Now, recently, there are some lodges that are allowing women to join, but they're not approved by Grand Lodge. Mm-hmm. And by the way, this is non-sexy talk. I thought we were going to talk about pussy and wife swapping. But I noticed you mentioned Freemasonry. So I wanted to put it out there that in case you had any questions, we are happy to, shed some light on any myths or any, any stories that you may have heard, because it's pretty interesting, but it's not the stuff you read on the internet.
Exactly.
This is my life, Eros. This is me. I get interested in something and I want to ask questions and I want to learn all about it because I like talking to people about things. So I won't keep it. I got one more question. I'm sorry. What do you do as a Freemason? Do you just hang out in the lodge and you guys, have a cup of mead, or are you out like doing charity work and helping the homeless people?
Yeah. So it's a little bit of everything. So just like you can be a father, you could be an uncle, and you could be a good employee, being a Mason is just another thing you do. Right. So back in the day, if we were living, 500 years ago, 300 years ago, we would be starting cities. If you take a look at the U.S., it was generally a courthouse, a post office, and a Masonic lodge, the first buildings erected in a town, right? Or in a little city. And if you take a look at District of Columbia, all the geometry there. And by the way, the G in a Masonic lodge is geometry. A lot of people say it's God, but it's all geometry, and it's all, what makes the universe go round. And you're learning, how to keep civilization going in the event of a pole shift, how to establish society again, regulations, how to make sure people are nice to each other. It's all, that's why, take a look at the District of Columbia. It's all, big government is there, but that's also a little separate, little sovereign little nation there. When you take a look at DC. So very interesting, but you're generally learning how to become a better man. That's the bottom line of it. How to make men better men.
When society ends in a couple of months because of coronavirus, it'll be the Freemasons who are building us up again. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it'll be some of the people that they have gone through degrees. They've gone through a lot of ritual, understand what it takes to run a good society and how to be a good upstanding individual, a good citizen, a good sovereign individual too, where government is tiny, right? So a little bit of everything, and church and state, how that goes together. And so they understand the importance of that. And so that's generally what they're doing. I mean, they're not really doing a lot of weird stuff. I know if you take a look at any Masonic lodge in your city, those are not the guys that are plotting global domination. You know,
Exactly.
those are the guys that are getting away from their wives and they're going into lodge to have a whiskey and, you know, shoot shop and then you chat with the dudes and smoke a cigar and have a good time. And they're just, you know, they're considered knife and fork Masons. They go for the food and a nice evening out, a safe environment. It's very well protected. Lodges generally have a lot of food there, you know, just good fellowship and that type of thing. But here's what's important. They do not allow the talk of church or politics at lodge, which is, think about it. It's kind of cool.
Oh, heaven. Ray, I'm joining the Freemasons. Thank you, Ray, for bringing this to my attention. Not that you did anything else, but bring it to my attention. And I'm sorry, I have to apologize for being mean to you tonight. I don't know why. I'm kind of laughing. I'm trying to impress our guests, but that sounds amazing. And I think I'm going to look into the closest Mason lodge. Forget episode 101, Ray. I think after 100 we're done. I'm going to become a Freemason. So
do it.
Yeah, well,
do it.
I'd say one of the biggest problems that we have just in general today, if you get on social media, is everyone wants to yell and scream about politics and religion, right?
That's right.
So as a man, you know, it's nice sometimes you need your own time to do stuff. You know, married, you can be absolutely happily married, but there's times you need your own time, right? So it does sound amazing. You go and like you're saying, Sarah, there's to be able to go and like have a whiskey or whatever, hang out with the guys. And I will say the guys that I saw in that hotel, they look like respectable men. Like they look like they had their shit together.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. I mean, it seems like, honestly, like I'm really intrigued about joining now because like you don't deal with all the bullshit of people just yelling and screaming. You can actually sit, have rational conversations.
Amazing.
And like people that want to better themselves and better the world. I mean, what's not to like?
Well, all you're doing is studying.
Yeah.
You're studying. I mean, you have to do a lot of memorization and you commit to memory a lot of obligations, which are kind of like prayers that you have to recite in open lodge before you can go on to your next degree. And so you're really surrounded by guys that are upstanding guys. You're talking about a guy that works at the taco stand, could be a Mason, a federal judge, a prosecutor guy, a wealthy businessman. But when you're at lodge, you're just all equal dudes. You know, everyone's smoking the cigars and or whatever you do, and a nice meal, coffee, chit chat. But then, generally, when you're at lodge, you're studying for the greater good. So you're doing some studying on, astronomy. You're doing some study on, how to move up the progressive line if you want to be an officer of the lodge, right? Different positions within the lodge that are guarding the worshipful master and guarding the gates, so to speak, of the temple. Pretty cool. So they have this rough stone, right? And then they have a polished brick near the altar. And so when you're going through certain ritual, they're telling you that you as a man, you are this person, you are this rough stone, and we're going to polish you and you're going to become kind of like this. And it's a beautifully polished, like a brick, right? Shiny and beautiful. And that's the idea behind Masonry, is that you become better, surrounding yourself by better people and by studying.
Yeah.
So, and they won't accept you if they feel like you want to gain something, like if you want to get political influence, or if you're struggling and you know about their charities and the way they take care of brothers and all that stuff, they actually will reject you if they feel you're trying to sell the brothers some stuff. Or they keep it cool, man, and they're sneaky about it. They send an investigative committee to your house or to your place of business, and they do all that before they accept you, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I have to say, they've been like the most respectful men that I've ever met.
Correct, because
it sounds like it.
You vow to take care of the brothers' wives as if they were your sisters.
Exactly.
You know, so, and that, of course, I haven't gone to lodge in a while because I'm conflicted, right? We're playing here in the swinging lifestyle, and we're fucking other people. We're wife swapping. We're wife swapping, right? We're doing cool, fun things, exploring our deepest desires, and living without regrets, and this project that we've been on for the past 2.5, 3 years now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. So I feel like it's like returning back to church after you've done a bunch of stuff.
You've been a bad boy.
Been a naughty boy.
You've been a naughty boy.
That's funny. Well, I have a crossover question, which is, I can't remember if it was last time you were on or something, but you had mentioned that there were certain indicators to recognize swingers, such as you were saying, the upside down pineapple shirt, things like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Black ring on the right ring finger. Yeah.
Is there anything like that for Freemasons where you can recognize people if you didn't already know who they were? Like you just out and about in the wild and notice one of them?
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. Yeah, it's the square and compass with the letter G in the middle. So generally, guys, once they reach your 3rd degree, you have to get your entered apprentice Mason degree, your fellow craft degree, which is the 2nd degree, and then your master Mason degree, which is your 3rd degree. That's at your Blue Lodge, at your local Blue Lodge. These are the buildings you see all over town, right? It says, whatever lodge number 1, 2, 3, whatever. And once you have your 3rd degree, then you can start wearing jewelry and stuff. They don't allow you to do it beforehand. But once you get your 3rd degree is when the doors open. I mean, you can go to Scottish Rite Freemasonry, go up to your 32nd, 33rd degree and higher. You can go to York Rite Masonry and go after your Royal Arch degree, your Cryptic Council degree, your Commandery of Knights Templar degree. You can do all that stuff. So it gets really fun once you get your 3rd degree. So you want to do that one right away as soon as you can. And so rings, they'll wear rings, lapel pins with a square and compass.
Decals on the, they put them on the trunk of the car, the back of the car.
Yeah, you'll see a little square and compass with in the back. That's and only people who know will realize what that is, right? A fellow police officer perhaps that maybe recognizes you. It's not going to give you any leniency necessarily, because if you're a stand-up person, you really should know better if you're doing, stupid turns or speeding and stuff, but it might, right? Yeah, just might.
Interesting. So ISIS, what do you do, for example, when Eros is off at one of these, get-togethers?
I go on a hall pass. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Can you imagine?
No.
That's why he hasn't gone in a while.
Yeah. I'm over there in deep prayer with candles.
God, please.
Talking about helping out candidates, doing the prayers for them and stuff. And all of a sudden, my wife's over there fucking some dude at the red room.
No way.
Podcast.
No, I have a ton of shit to do all the time. So I look at it as, I get my me time as well to kind of get things done that I need to do. I mean, there's just a laundry list, paperwork and house errands and stuff with the kids.
I'm not gone for a long time either.
No, maybe a few hours one night. I mean, there were moments when you would be at lodge all day.
Yeah, all evening, maybe doing 2 or 3 degrees in one evening.
Yeah,
when brothers would pass from one degree to another.
Right.
Sometimes we'd bang them out 2 in a night.
And that's fine. And if it's a quick event, I might go with you and hang out
at lodge
in the other room with the ladies.
Yeah,
or, just, it depends.
Yeah.
But I usually have a lot of shit to do. So.
All of this.
Well, that brings me back to.
Go ahead, Ray. Sorry.
So Eros is. You're saying that if you're just going to the lodge, hanging out with the guys for a little bit, then I don't know if you would know this, maybe speculate, but then what would all these guys be doing meeting at a hotel in Fresno? I mean, because there's quite a few of them. So is there what would the purpose of that be if they already have like a lodge?
So it could be a few things. If they don't have a home lodge, they might be using the hotel space, which probably not ideal, since you'd have to recreate the lodge and chairs and bring in different things that are required, like the altar and things. So I don't know that they were using that for a degree night. It could be a special event where maybe they ran a charity, maybe several lodges came together and are maybe getting together for a big Grand Lodge meeting or something, or they're trying to standardize ritual and some guy does it one way. That's the big deal, is that you want your ritual to be standardized, kind of like McDonald's, right? It's kind of the same everywhere you go, so that anyone could jump in, because we have guys worldwide. Like, we could travel with my Scottish Rite patent little paper and my hat, and you know all the secret handshakes and stuff, and you can recite the things in the cipher, which is the book where you learn all your ritual. It's written in code, actually, and only someone who's read the code can actually tell you exactly what it means. I have one in front of me right here. But so we can go to anywhere in the world, and a lodge will open its doors to us if we are in distress, if we're in trouble, something's going on. In Masonry, you're always taught to look out for your fellow brother first and foremost, which is why they have the handshake, so you can recognize a brother in the dark. They hold your hand a certain way, they shake your hand a certain way. Instantly, without saying a word or looking for pins or looking for rings, that person's in the craft, right? He's in the brotherhood. He's a Freemason. And then so you also if you are in danger, an earthquake, something happens, you're on the side of the road, you stand a certain way. As soon as a brother Mason sees you standing in a certain way, based on a degree that you have or a degree that you hold, doing a certain thing with your arms or hands or, your body, any Mason will recognize that because that's something that's taught to you in ritual, and they'll stop and they'll immediately know that you're a good guy, and they'll immediately come to your aid. And that's the big deal behind Masonry and brotherhood, right?
It's amazing.
I love everything about this. I'm gonna. That's it, Ray. I'm joining the Freemasons if I can. This is great. Like this is what this is.
Well, let's go.
Social media tells me it's bad to be a man, right? Well, no, it's not. It's okay to be a man. It's okay to be a woman, and they have awesome things like Freemasonry to make you an awesome man.
And women need men, like real men.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Thank you for that, Isis.
Too many wimpy guys out
there. Too many pussies out there.
Yeah. I saw a thing where this guy is being forced to work from home because of the coronavirus, and he was worried about interrupting his wife's time with her boyfriend.
Oh, jeez.
That's great. You may be one of our listeners.
You should join in
the Stag and Vixen incident.
It didn't sound like a Stag and Vixen thing. It sounded like cuckoldry, but I don't know. So, all right. So I know you don't want to spend the whole night talking about Freemasonry. For Ray, if you have any other questions, otherwise I'm gonna move on.
No. I was just going to say this goes right back to what you were saying earlier, in that this is what's so fascinating about what we do is we'll go down any path.
Yeah.
This is so fascinating.
Yeah. We've got sexy swingers on. We're talking Freemasonry. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I know.
But the sexiness is about to.
Well, hey, we are real people, and our lives are more than just saying.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Yeah. What?
The only thing you guys need to know is that when you do visit a lodge, you are going to have to be vouched for by 2 people on your application. So if you don't know any current Masons, what you do is you go to a lodge, call the secretary, and say you're interested. You know someone that's a Mason, and you've heard great things, and you love you want to study and you want to learn more, and then they'll put you in touch with some people from the lodge, and then those people can end up recommending you. So never fear that, because you'll read online, oh, you need to be recommended by 2 Masons. Oh, damn it. How's that going to work? You just visit a lodge on the open house night. They'll invite you for dinner, and you go chat with the brothers, ask any questions, and then you could submit your application. But do that before you commit any domestic violence or felony.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I better postpone that.
Damn it. No.
Because you want to get
Can we use you as a recommendation, Arrows? Because we're all good friends now.
I was going to say, maybe don't walk in and say, Arrows from the Prairie Society podcast. He's like, damn it, you outed me.
You know what's funny is that I didn't say this before on your show, but the reason we chose the symbology on our logo for the Prairie Society podcast is exactly, it's Freemasonic in nature. So you have the Maltese cross, it's a Knights Templar cross, and then in the middle you have the Fleur de Lis, which is the Priory of Sion, right? Also a Masonic inspired group. And so that's where our logo for our Swingers podcast came from, right? From
heavily
inspired
influenced
from Masonry.
Right.
And people, they reach out and they hear some of our verbiage on either the podcast and they recognize it as Masonic speak, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool stuff. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to Dick and Pussy.
All right, cool.
No, so you guys, it's your show.
Yeah. Whatever.
We're here for you guys.
So every once in a while, Rem, myself, me, I like to get awkward with my guests, and I'm going to do that right now. Soon after the last time you guys were on, I was DMing with, I believe it was Arrows. I can't tell because I think you're both on there. But we were talking about using the Headliner app and all that stuff, and you were kind of guiding me through that. And we finally got the Headliner thing going with the Rich Dickman show, and I love it. But I also,
it looks great.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so much fun too. But I had mentioned if you ever come out to the East Coast, I'd love to take you out for a drink. I just want to clarify, I'm not looking to swing for free or anything. I just wanted to hang out with you guys and buy you a drink. So we're all clear there. Because so you thought that a $12 old fashioned was going to get you a blowjob. Yeah, no, I did not. That's what I'm trying to say. I did not think that. Yeah, exactly. $24 is
2 for
close.
each of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
At least.
And an appetizer.
At least some of the
jalapeno
beer battered
poppers.
shrimp. Yeah, get something with cheese in it.
Yeah.
Get my lactose intolerance going. That'd be
Rev it
great.
up.
Yeah. Very good. Hey, if you guys happen to be in Oklahoma City on the 21st, say hi. I'm going to be out there
Sure. Okay.
by myself, apparently.
Yeah, we're going to get on one of the $17 flights out there. because everything's so cheap right now.
I know.
Everything is cheap and everything is
They're
weird.
actually paying people.
Yes.
Yeah, they're paying you to fly.
right.
Probably-
So
That's what I was saying last episode.
So now, as I said at the beginning of the show, it is March 12th tonight, and like the whole world changed in one day. Everything in the United States of America has been canceled or suspended or postponed because of coronavirus. And on our last episode that it hasn't published yet, Ray and I were talking about how this feels like a weird manufactured crisis. And it still feels that way, but I don't want to say that anymore. I don't want to say that it feels like a manufactured crisis because it's kind of weird to see this happen. Now, so this has been going on for, I guess, 3 months now. In your travels, and you guys go to Vegas fairly often, has this affected your swinging yet? Like, are you guys doing, or do you plan on taking extra steps to avoid the coronavirus while swinging? Are you going to postpone your swinging for a few weeks? Like, how is this affecting your lifestyle?
So how many couples did we fuck last weekend? Tell them first.
We fucked 2 couples last weekend.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, well,
Double fist
Well,
bump.
in
we-
Vegas.
we were only there for 2 nights, so
Yeah.
it was one
One
each
a day.
Yeah. So a lovely
God
couple
damn.
from Texas,
Yeah.
nice white girl with a nice tight body, kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
cheerleader style.
She
And
looked like a
then
cheerleader.
The other
Totally.
one was a nice, great gal from, and I'm only highlighting
I
the
know,
women.
of course. I was just gonna say you're only talking about the
I don't
chicks.
I don't think about
You don't
the
give a
men.
damn about the guys.
The other one was a pretty gal from Chicago. She looked like how would you describe her? Not like Pippi Longstocking, because that is one of my fantasies. I want a girl that looks like Pippi Longstocking, but real beautiful, real natural,
real
right?
wholesome looking.
Birkenstocks, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
beautiful in every way. So has this coronavirus affected us? One of the things I want to say is that the coronavirus is like catching an STD without any of the fun, right? That would suck.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to catch something, you might as well have fun.
Exactly.
You're going to have to treat it somehow anyway, whether it's, I don't know, some kind of antivirals or antibiotics or some, you're going to have to treat it somehow. Dude, at least nut, you know?
I like
So
that.
we are avoiding, we are avoiding
subtitle.
big parties. That's your
At
next
least-
subtitle.
At least not.
At least,
Not before you have to quarantine yourself.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get 12 squirts out.
Yeah. At least
one
12
good-
12 good. Yes. High pressure
Jesus,
squirts.
Eric.
One good ejaculation.
Mhm.
Just kind of send it everywhere. Like the Nickelodeon
How much
slime.
celery do you eat?
ISIS.
No, so
Jack.
No, you're
What?
still going. I'm sorry, Yours. Go ahead. I'll wait.
No,
save
it's
my
okay. Go
question.
ahead.
Well, he's talking about the way the women look, but this is the Rich Dickman show, and I'm always telling Ray how much bigger my dick is than his. I'm curious, like, were these gentlemen like to your standard? Like, were they good looking gentlemen?
Yeah. I thought they were very
Okay.
attractive. They were just my type.
Yeah.
one guy was kind of like the Texas couple.
Mhm.
How would you describe him?
Well, like a rugged dude. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a white boy and he's got,
Kind of military. look.
military law enforcement look,
Yeah.
which I
Okay.
love. It's hot.
Yeah.
Had a nice
Uh-huh.
big belt buckle on, jeans and nice boots.
He's a gun
And
dealer
he's
too.
a gun dealer, and that was
Yeah,
fucking
write
hot.
this
So
down.
I was already in. Yeah,
Change
take
my
notes.
dial.
He's like a stereotypical Texan.
Belt
what it
buckle,
sounds
the
like.
Goodwill
Hell yeah,
with his Vans sneakers.
Yeah.
sexy. It's very sexy.
Yeah.
And the other guy actually looked kind of similar.
Yeah,
He
but he struck me more as like an attorney or like
A
an
little more
accountant, shirt tucked in,
Professional type of guy, a little taller, another white boy, and more like a redhead,
like ginger. Yeah,
ginger. Yeah, real
Mm.
cute.
yeah. Steal your soul,
Mm.
stilled your
Yeah.
pussy.
You did
Jesus.
for,
Wow.
for a little while.
You guys-
Yeah, so we had a great time with them, but we are avoiding big crowds. You know, they have lifestyle cruises, swinger cruises,
Mhm.
where you'll go and maybe spend 4 to 7 days. And they have these big cruises that actually we're going to be going to Italy,
Mhm.
all right, and in
Oh.
May.
Yep.
And
Oh,
those
no.
are not canceled. And they're expensive too. So people dropped anywhere from $11,000 to $25,000.
Holy shit.
Swinger cruise, man.
Yeah, expensive shit.
People fucking on it. Just playrooms, meet and greets, and people don't know if they're going to be out that money or what because they're chartered cruises.
Mhm.
So they're rented from Royal Caribbean, different Azamara lines and so forth,
Yeah.
different labels, and these other big takeover parties that swingers love to do.
Oh, yeah.
They rent an entire hotel and they load it up with a bunch of open-minded swingers.
Yep.
And they have night parties, pool parties. There's several gatherings like that coming up that we're just not going to go to
Right.
only because look, do I agree with you guys that it's kind of blown out of proportion a little bit? Sounds a little bit manipulated. You know,
Yeah.
we always know that the news spending a lot of time on it. Generally, it's some kind of indoctrination, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on here? Really, who's giving you the raw feeds?
Right.
Why are all the channels saying the same exact shit? Right.
Yeah.
So
The numbers
it's
don't
always
add up to-
scary.
yeah.
That's right.
It's a little scary. It's scary
Yeah.
because what are they everyone's so scared about the very thing that acts exactly like the flu, the
Yeah.
common cold,
Right.
with the presence of a fever. It's like, okay, well, that's fucking everyone.
So you get it.
Everyone in March.
Right. So you
Yeah.
get it. And then there's really nothing special that you can do to treat it.
No.
Because you can't, the same thing you can do for a common cold. What the
Exactly.
fuck? Wait it out. Sleep.
Yeah. And
water.
so we do know that some people in the lifestyle are canceling trips that they booked because their work professionally, they're being restricted from traveling outside of the country.
Oh yeah, without
And
pay.
without
sweetie.
pay. So they're a lot of businesses and companies and, you know, school districts, if you travel outside of the country or to one of the high risk areas,
Yeah.
that you are placed on a mandatory 14-day or 21-day leave where you're supposed to quarantine yourself
Yeah,
but
with no pay.
with no pay. And that, you know, how can you really control that? I don't understand how that's
Yeah.
supposed to work.
It's tough because a lot of swingers are sneaking around, and if you go
Yeah.
to if you leave the country, and or if you go to one of these cruises and you're held offshore because they suspect that someone has, you know, the sniffles.
Yeah.
All of a
Mhm.
sudden in the news,
Yeah.
it's gonna show, hey, all your friends are on that cruise ship,
Right.
and that cruise ship is loaded with swingers.
Right.
So everyone's kind of scared that they may be outed that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I got two questions about this. The first one's kind of short here. Approximately how many people are on these cruises? Because I'm just kind of curious, like how large
1,000,
that could be.
1,000, 3,000.
It'll be a full ship.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty big.
Yeah, they take over the
So
ship.
and
Mhm.
yeah, so that's okay. I was wondering if it was just like, I mean, because you're saying 4 to 7 days. I mean, that's a lot of banging. That's a lot.
That's
Fucking,
and guess
your
what?
dick will be
People,
holy
It could break
smokes.
off.
people,
Yeah, at the end.
like many times the
Yeah.
drink package is included, so people
Yeah.
are using it up.
All
A lot of
day.
Yeah.
Oh,
nude areas,
Hey.
people in the jacuzzi all nude, sitting on your
ISIS,
lap. These
Well, if I may, that's something I like to say when I'm getting it busy. I like to say, break it off, baby.
Come on. Grab me till my dick falls off.
there you go.
So
What's the
you
other
you
question?
rather break it. You don't want to say that you want to chafe it or
No,
leave it
break it.
with eggs.
With a little tenderness, just break it off.
Just
Just
break it.
break it.
Give me a blister.
Because at that point, it's so
That's
good.
not-
I want
that's
to
not
remember
hot.
it forever. And if it's gone, I'll always
No
remember
lube,
it.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that other question? I know Ray had another question.
Yeah. Oh no, there's good stuff. The other one is, so if there's say 1,000 or 3,000 people on one of these cruises, is there a vetting process? Because I would imagine with that many people, I know you guys are pretty particular about who you're going to actually play with, right?
Mhm.
Therefore, do you get a lot of people that are just interested in swinging? They'll show up thinking this will be great, but they literally have no background, or is it actually some people or a mixture that of people that actually know what they're doing?
Yeah, it's definitely a mix. I mean, anytime you go to a swinger event or a trip, you have what we call an umbrella of people. We call the lifestyle an umbrella, basically, where you have play styles from people who are just curious and voyeurs. They just want to be in the sexy environment, all the way to people who will swap with other couples, who go on hall passes, who are prone to being in a polyamorous relationship where they might have a boyfriend, girlfriend, and they let their emotions get involved and love feelings develop for the swap partners and stuff like that. So anytime you're going to go on a cruise or go to a resort or a hotel takeover, you have people who don't play, who are just, they want to have a drink. They want to be naked by the pool.
They love the cosplay. They love dressing up in outfits,
The
theme
costumes.
nights.
Mhm.
So
They're
to answer your
larpers.
question, great job, sweetie.
Yeah.
You're going to find a little bit of everyone. So we teach on our podcast that one of the most important things you need to do as a swinger is to get really good at sorting,
Mhm. Yeah.
and sifting
Oh,
and separating,
yeah.
so you can start creating a hierarchy. Okay, this is a friend zone couple. This is one
Yeah.
of our top choice couples. Love to know them a little better. Get with them tonight, perhaps. And this is our second choice couple. And you start doing that at these events, and you place your attention when people with the people that answer your questions satisfactorily. So, hey, do you guys fuck other people? Oh no.
Yes.
No. We would never do that.
I mean,
Okay, well, you're on the friend zone.
Exactly.
A little Excel spreadsheet, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say I envision it if there's 3,000 people, right?
Yeah.
And 1,500 of them are couples, right? I mean, that's a large pool to select
It
from.
is.
So
It's crazy. And you've got to sort and sift and separate among 1,500 couples. So there's still no guarantee that you're going to make a connection and fuck someone else, but your chances are a lot better because you're in a highly concentrated area.
Target rich environment.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Well, so here's what I envision. It's a little bit like speed dating, right? Because you obviously don't want to waste your time.
Right.
And I mean, if there's that many there, as soon as you get a whiff of, this isn't really working, you want to move on. So what I would be doing is have like a giant hello, my name is tag, but extra big, and just have a bunch of things that you're interested in, like put that on there, and hopefully everyone has one of those. And you can at least you walk by someone, and if you see a bunch of little pointers on there, oh my goodness, that person 69ing, like fucking swapping, like hell yeah, dude, I'm into this. Like, wouldn't that? Do they not do this? Am I the only one?
Arizona Cardinals
try to
football
streamline
classic.
this.
That's you, Ray.
Create a little flyer that has those little like lost dog, and you have to tear the tab off the phone number.
yeah. You just post those all over the halls.
Right?
Yeah. But so you have to get good at sorting people.
Yeah.
And it's generally a conversation. It's a very, very quick conversation, because the idea is, if you want to be successful at swinging, you also don't want to be the person that goes up to someone and says, "Hi, y'all want a dozen?"
Get busy.
Because now you're known as the pushy individual, and all you did was ask a question.
Do y'all want to fuck?
Yeah. You want to fuck my wife? I'll fuck yours.
You want to fuck my wife? I'll just
down to
watch.
business.
Yeah. So it's just a conversation. And so we teach strategy on our show, where we tell people to set up a bar in their rooms, create mood lighting, make it a nice inviting space. We call it a sensual sanctuary. Make it a nice, sexy vibe inside your room, so that when you do invite someone for a drink, they can see how you live. They can see that you're a clean person. They can see that you have free drinks, and you become a better choice for them, compared to the other couple who you go back to their room and it's just shit everywhere. It's sloppy. It smells like feet.
Yeah.
And you got all the prescription meds on there, and then they're just sloppy people. And then when they're making their selection, hey, what couple do you want to talk more with? Well, it's going to be the couple Priory Society, clean room, sexy vibe, party bulbs, free booze, and they're nice people. And so this is the type of stuff that we'll cover on our podcast, because it's important, man. I mean, we've gone to these events and we see how people operate. At the end of the night, they didn't make much of an effort, and you see the couple going back to their room by themselves, no action.
Yeah.
And they paid money, right? And so you want to maximize these experiences and have them be epic.
That epic, that's the word. That's I love that.
Maximize your time.
Oh yeah.
Well, you get in what you put out.
Yeah.
And you guys sound like you put out a lot.
I put it in many times.
You get in where you fit in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I just want to know where to insert my penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Arrows.
Yeah.
You may have addressed this last time. Forgive me if I'm asking a question again.
It's okay. It's good.
Because I don't remember. A long time ago. 30 weeks is a long time. But, okay, so you're out there, you're with a couple, all right, and you guys are down, you're getting busy. Has the other gentleman, ever been, he was more into watching you, maybe he wanted to, touch your foot?
Yes.
Yeah, that has happened. So what do you do to put him down?
All right, so there's two scenarios where this has happened and could happen for someone listening in, right? First off, that guy could be bisexual, and he's bi-curious and wants to have a dick in his mouth or a dick in his ass, and loves to watch another man do his wife because he's pretending that's him, or he's pretending he could go suck your dick a little bit and then you could put it from his mouth into her or whatever. So you have the bisexual aspect, and that's why a man would look at you continuously, because you have to question, if you have a swapped wife in front of you, a new partner, why would you be paying attention to your own wife and to the other man when you have fresh meat in front of you, right? So that's where that comes in. So bisexuality is number one. Number two is a guy is either startled, it's brand new to him, or he's more of a cuckold. He is skews to the cuckold side, not necessarily meaning that he wants to be ridiculed or belittled or
humiliated.
But he loves the feeling of, gosh, look at that dick. Oh my goodness. Can I measure up to that? Look how he's pounding her. Oh my goodness. And so it's not an angry thing for a lot of men. It's a big turn on.
Yeah.
Knowing that someone else could pleasure their wife in a slightly different way than they could. And this is where the cuckold, stag vixen comes into play. Stag vixen is more like, hey, I'll share my wife with you, but don't you dare humiliate me. I'm not here for that. I'm here to just share her. I'm proud of her. I might join in as well, right? Or I might just sit back and enjoy whiskey while you do her, and then I'm going to claim her again. Then I'm going to go there and ravish her and you really, present myself to her.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's happened to me before. Episodes 13, 14, and 15, we talked, it's a 3-part series, but episode 13 would be fine if someone wants to listen. It's Mike and Rachel, the hottie. She looks like the girl from Transformers.
Yeah.
A little hottie.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like Megan Fox.
Oh, amazing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, amazing. Oh, I had fun with her.
I
Man.
know you did.
Anyway, I broke out in tears. And we had a failed full swap. And then he stole our bag of kettle chips.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he was staring.
Dick.
He was staring at me, and I caught him several times looking right in my eyes. Okay,
Yeah.
now, we never really explored whether it was a bisexual thing or
Yeah,
he
the
just
shock of
the
what
shock
was
of
happening.
it. Yep, because he was having fun too, but it was odd. It was one of our
Yeah.
first swaps, and huge learning lesson there. This is why we now enjoy separate bed. I don't care if we're in the same hotel room and it's 2 beds, and
Mhm.
by the way, that's why hotels have 2 beds. It's for swingers.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not for kids.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's for it's for wife
Yeah.
swaps. Because kids, you have them in another room,
Oh,
adjoining room, down the hall, whatever.
yeah, different floor.
Yeah. So the separate bed issue is great
Mhm.
because now you have a little bit of distance there.
Yeah.
And you can focus. And if a man has ever had an issue getting his dick hard, right? A little erection, a little erectile dysfunction
Yeah.
going on, or just shy penis. Sometimes your penis gets in a bad mood, especially if you're in the presence of another man and the man has his penis out too. It's kind of goes back to like ancient tribal
Mhm.
days
Yeah,
and,
right.
different, you guys,
Dude, I'll tell you about my experience having sex in front of a bunch of guys one time.
Wait,
Did
what?
you-
Finish yours first.
were you able to get hard and stay hard?
Not stay. No, it's tough.
Yep.
Wait,
So there's-
whoa,
It's
whoa.
so easy.
it happens.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I'm sorry.
I've done some weird stuff, Ram.
When was
Now
this?
I want to hear it.
Right.
Yeah. You need to tell the
It
story.
was many years ago. It was a bachelor party, and there was an escort.
Oh, no.
that got paid for. So I was the one that everyone said, "Why don't you do it?"
Was it your bachelor party?
Everyone wanted to pitch in. No, it was not mine.
He wouldn't
Somebody
admit it
else's.
anyway.
Yeah.
No, it was not. But yeah, but it was like right there. We were all, I don't know how many of us there were, 8 of us, 10 of us, something like that. And I was the one on the bed with her on top. But it was kind of awkward because there's all these guys, everyone's just watching. And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. This is a little awkward.
weird.
But yeah, so yeah, it was weird. And it was all unplanned. So that's what made it even a little more awkward for me. But yeah, it was tough to stay hard because of all the eyeballs looking at me. So that's where Eros, I would imagine, if you're going to town and you look over and the guy's just staring you in the eyes. I mean, that's what happened to me. I can commiserate with that. Like, holy, I was like, what's, did I do something wrong? Like, what's going on? It's awkward.
Yeah, it's a little odd. Yeah. And then you have to wonder, oh, is my posture okay? Is my belly sticking out? I should work out my ass more. Is it nice and rounded?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have manscaped a little bit. I got this bush, makes my penis look smaller. Damn it.
You know,
A lot of stuff goes through your head.
Yeah. Nothing sexual.
Exactly.
It's all critiquing yourself and what are they thinking? There's literally not a single thought is, man, this chick is hot
Right.
and I am having the time of my life banging her. Nope. It's what are those guys thinking?
Yeah. What are they in the penis size too? Like, oh, how does mine measure up? And yeah. It's common. It happens.
Jesus,
It
right?
happens
We've got cowboy nude pictures of you and your fucking like strippers at a bachelor party in front of dudes. Man, we have a lot to explore, bud. That'll be next episode.
Yeah.
next episode.
There's a whole new world that I've not really gone into. I've had my sexual.
I've been the guy at a
exploitations,
bachelor party who got the party started with the strippers, but I didn't have sex with them. I just was the one who got up there on the chair and made them do their thing, and then everybody else felt comfortable getting out there. Okay. All right. So Ray's revealing things. I want to reveal something right now. I don't normally talk about my sex life on the podcast. All right. I just like to talk about how big my dick is in comparison to Ray's. But I don't talk about the sex that I have. But Eros and Isis are on, and they have a very open, lifestyle, right? And they're swingers. Forgive me. This is the Knob Creek that's starting to take over my brain. So it's going to be worse from here on out. I apologize in advance.
You haven't introduced us, man.
I didn't.
Finally now he's introducing us. Now the listeners know who we are.
Eros and Isis, Priory Society at PrioritySociety.com. Okay. So, all right.
Wait, when do we start recording?
Oh shit. No. All right. So, my and I tell Ray this all the time. Like my sex life with my wife has been really good lately. All right. Like,
oh, I get all the details.
Ray gets all the details. I'm always talking about all the celery I eat and all.
I can
stuff.
corroborate.
Yeah. Eros, do you know about the celery?
The
you eat a bunch of celery, you get a bigger load.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I thought you were I thought you were talking about my lettuce trick to coax my penis out like a little turtle. Yeah, that goes in.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were talking about that.
I'm talking about celery. Like Peter, I learned this from Peter North. You eat a stalk of celery, like a lot of it, and you produce a bigger load. So you eat a lot of celery.
How soon before?
A couple hours, Isis. You got to plan. Yeah, okay. You got to know that you have a chance.
It's a schedule. Later. It's a schedule. Yeah.
Can I?
Not a schedule. It's a feeling. I mean, you do what you got to do. You just got to get the celery in your body, man. That's it. You got to juice it or eat it,
blend it, and
whatever you got to do.
Yeah,
blend
it and just chug it.
I'm gonna try that. I'll report back.
Yeah. Give yourself eat a.
You got to do a before and after test.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And now I want to know. So you do have to try that now. All right. So, but like our sex life has been pretty good, really good lately, right? And now I'm thinking, man, it would be like I have this conflicting thought in my head, Eros and Isis, that man, it kind of would be fun to like watch my wife have sex, but I'm not ready to let go and like let that happen. Not that she would ever be into it because she's not that type of lady. But
that's what you think.
Maybe, absolutely. Maybe because, she so Eros, I guess my question is going to go more towards you. Like watching Isis get it from another gentleman. Does that turn you on, or are you completely blind to what's going on in the other bed and you're just focused on the piece that you have in front of you?
It's a turn on, but I'll have my wife give you a perspective as well. Okay. Sweetie, what were you laughing at?
Well, this is kind of how we both operate. Both my husband and I operate. We get turned on by the fact that, we know we're each having fun with someone else who we find attractive, who's hot and sexy.
We both approved of, we screened them,
absolutely.
We picked them.
Yeah. So for us, that's enough of the fantasy aspect of it. I don't need to stare at my husband when he's on the other bed with the other woman. In fact, I glance over every once in a while just to make sure it's like, okay, they're fucking, they're still good. They're having a good time. I see a condom wrapper on the dresser on the bedside stand. So I know,
you hope I put it on.
No, not that like that. That's what I'm like, okay, well, they're fucking, they're in action. They're good. Now I feel more comfortable moving forward past oral. And generally the guy likes to do a lot of oral on me and stuff. So, I tend to start fucking a little bit later, but it just, I glance over just to kind of check in, but I don't stare.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love the idea of my lady doing stuff. And by the way, Rem, you just mentioned one of the largest fantasies in the lifestyle. In fact, most of our listeners, when they write into us, that's one of the biggest questions. How do I get over jealousy? That's all I want to do. I don't even care if I play. This is the husband speaking. I just want to watch my wife. It is a huge fantasy. And this is why
I want to play. Don't get me wrong. But no, I want to see her.
Yeah. No, that's probably the coolest thing you could do in a relationship is to have the communication in place, the trust in place, where you could be in the same room and you could do that and you could go live in the lifestyle and be perfectly fine afterward. In fact, have wonderful sex even afterward, right? After you witness that.
Oh, yeah.
And so the stag vixen scenario comes in, but generally stag vixen, the guy's just sharing his wife. So he's just participating with his wife, and bringing in a third male, third person, guy, an extra guy. And so we like the full swap scenario where, we're both in action.
Yes.
I love, like my lady said, I love knowing that she's in action. I don't need to stare at her. I get enough turn on, but the bottom line truth is that if you put a little beautiful hottie in front of me, knowing that my wife is there is great and it's wonderful. Peace of mind. She's having fun. We have keywords, we have motions, we have sounds, things she could do to alert me if something's going on, scenario that I need to be made aware of, whatever. But generally, I'm so into my swap. Why? Because the lifestyle helps you become a better lover. You hone your skills, your skills of seduction, your skills of sensual touch, your kissing, the way you pump and grind, and the way that your stamina builds and gets better, right? You're able to last longer the more you fuck, right? And you do the mind tricks, and you get into these cool different positions, and you just explore. And so I'm generally into my scenario, and my wife is right there. And we told you guys before, we love to do separate room with a couple that we trust. Like, we will go into a separate bedroom. That's the best. We could still hear noises, and we don't need to see anyone. And generally, the girl with me, we're joking around sometimes. Like, I think you have to be able to laugh a little bit. There was this one time when this little hottie white girl.
You like to talk.
Well, I don't talk that much, but she was talking to me. So I was talking back to her. I don't want to be an asshole, right? So we're fucking, she's in a missionary position. She's on her back and I'm drilling into her real good. And all of a sudden I start changing my angle and I put my arms all the way around her and I put my face near her neck. And I get real close to her. Our upper bodies are pressed together, and I'm driving her deep with every pump. I'm pushing her down into the mattress hard, right? And she's telling me, ruin my pussy, fucking hard, right? And so she's telling me this in my ear like a secret. And so I'm putting my entire body weight, like 210 pounds, dude. And I'm pounding her real hard. And all of a sudden, I sit up because I want to see her. I want to see her body, her titties, and I want to see it going in, right? I love that, that penetration, the point of view. So I get up and I change my angle, and all of a sudden she queefs. she lets out this pussy fart. It goes like. So then I didn't want to laugh because I didn't want to make her feel inadequate, right? So then I told her, I said, you know what, sweetie? I'm going to recommend a TV show for you. It's called 24, and the main actor, his name is Kiefer Sutherland. And so she didn't get it right away. My wife,
I got it.
My wife was with the man on the other bed. My wife started laughing.
And then I couldn't stop.
Yeah, and then we all just started laughing. And so this is why we like the separate room, because my wife wouldn't have heard that. It would have just been a small little joke. And
it took a long time to come back from that one.
Wow.
That's the next time we met, they demanded separate room.
Yeah.
Less distraction.
All right, so how do I convince Ray that it's okay for him to allow his wife to be with me? Because his wife is hot as shit, and she was on cam a few weeks ago, and now we have a problem with Ray and I.
She looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Right, Ray. You want to convince him?
Yeah, my wife's hot, dude. She got a just rocking ass. Dude.
I love it.
Nice.
I could stare at it all day.
So, I mean,
it's hard to keep my hands.
Do I have to kind of let Ray like be with my wife, or is there like keywords I can say to Ray? Say, hey, it's okay, just let Ray. You should stag vixen this thing, where I can just what would you guys advise? How would I talk to Ray about this?
The best.
How do we negotiate? How do you assist Rem in the negotiations?
Yeah. So it's really simple. In order to be a swinger, you have to accomplish three things. You have to be okay with it, right? You have to convince yourself. You have to have that auditory, digital, that internal dialogue.
And he's okay with it because he's a big fan of mine. So yeah, that's one more.
I know. Yeah. So you use the celebrity, right?
Yeah.
To have it done.
Intimidation.
Yeah. Or you could just threaten him. No, but here and threaten her.
That'll prevent him from getting into the Freemasons. But
it might work at least once.
It'll work at least once. Yeah. Hopefully it's that good. But so you really have to come to terms, and then you also have to use your power of persuasion to convince your partner, right? So if you're going to talk, the best way to do it, if you're trying to get with his wife, is to give him something of equal or lesser value, or like a coupon that
Equal or
costs
greater.
Yeah,
You mean
coupon
me?
amounts. So you want to offer up your wife. See, that way he doesn't feel like he's just giving up his lady for a night of passion and pleasure.
Right.
And he
return.
What's he needs something in return. This is why full swaps are so successful, because everyone's in action, right? So anyway, so you once you are okay with it, then you have to use your persuasion to get your wife to be okay with it. And then once you guys are good as a unit, then meanwhile, Ray is talking to his lady using his persuasion, having her watch shows with the themes of polyamory, watching her watch all the stuff on Netflix on, threesomes and, Showtime and all that. A lot of shows out there that you can watch that we talk about on our podcast that we say, watch these shows just to start a dialogue, and then find a podcast like ours and say, hey, I started listening to this silly podcast. I clicked on it by accident. And it's this Eros and Isis couple, and they're talking about like wife swapping. Hello.
And swinging.
Oh my goodness. Would we ever,
like, what do you think? Is that hot? Is it weird?
Is it weird?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you start breaking down the wall. So you've got to start kind of chipping away slowly, because if you just spring the question onto your significant other, it's all the years of societal programming and church and guilt, all that shit comes up immediately, and they'll just retaliate with a slap, or they're sleeping on the couch.
Exactly.
But if you do it slowly and you're presenting the ideas, it's the perfect definition of persuasion is getting the other people to do what you want them to do, but have them believe that it was their idea. So you're seeding right from a while back.
This is all great advice. I'm taking notes, so thank you very much. Now Ray's wife, she gets pregnant very easily, right? She's a very pregnant lady. So I mean,
yes.
Do you recommend?
I've had sex with her 3 times,
and she's been pregnant
birthed
6.
5 children.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. So would you suggest that a double wrap, or like get it snipped beforehand? Like what do you do there to avoid? No.
She would have to do some kind of contraceptive for her. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to, unless they're trying to get pregnant again, maybe pop a Nuvo ring in there or whatever. Some people don't like the pill because of the hormonal things.
They do an IUD.
Yeah, but you're definitely going to have to wrap it up. I like to, if you really want to be paranoid, so you put on first a condom, right? A little bit a tiny bit of lube on your dick first, so that the condom has a little bit of give. Not where it's going to fall off, or
they're always super tight. I get you.
Yeah. Because you have to. Do you use the Wonder Bread bag as a condom because your dick is so big?
I mean, duh. Please.
Well, also, if you want to be, real extra protection, you a little bit of lube, then you put the condom on, and then you put on an athletic sock, a tube sock.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
That way, it really prevents pregnancy.
I mean, that just. I used to use a tube sock when I was by myself, but I see you can want to use it with the lady as well. So I got you, Ray. What do you think about this? Is this turning you on, or like you want to talk to your wife about this? Like, what's going on, man?
Is it turning me on? No, to be truthful, it is not turning me on. I think it's very comedic. It's fun chatting about this, but definitely haven't. I'm looking at my penis right now, and it is not erect.
Ray, don't be an asshole about this. Okay,
this is not.
It's improv.
It has not turned me on, but that could all change depending on what kind of crazy shit your wife is into.
Yes.
Because we haven't talked about that aspect.
Yeah.
Right.
That would turn. I don't care. I'm not here to talk about my wife getting. What am I getting in return?
That's what I'm saying.
Eros suggested it, and that's what'll determine.
Ray,
whether
you do a podcast, me. You don't get my wife.
Yes,
Fuck you, Ray. You fucking asshole. Fucking fuck. Fuck you.
You don't touch my wife.
Yeah.
All right, so Ray does need to get paid this episode. So we do have a voicemail that came in, and it just came in while we were recording the show. So I actually don't know what's in it, if it's even relative to this conversation at all. But you guys are here, and I got to play Ray's bumper so he gets his $5, and I got to play the voicemail. All right, so here we go.
This is the voicemail bumper. This is the bumper on your left.
$5
and this is the bumper on your
every
right.
single time.
This is a badass guitar riff. And finally, here's your voicemails. Sorry, that guitar riff.
20% of that isn't even
twice.
him. Yes. All right, here we go.
So much hard work.
Real talk, Rim, if you think about shutting down the Dickman line, if it requires your boy to call in every single week,
This is our buddy Isaac.
in order for that shit to not happen, I'm gonna make that shit happen. I got y'all on my headphones right now. You talking to some girl, she sound fine, but her name Isis. I don't know, bro. I seen some of them. I mean, it was a while ago, but I was on like live leaks and stuff because that shit gets your adrenaline going. You know what I mean, like you get like bruiser adrenaline. You know what I'm talking about? Like real talk. Like you know what I mean? If I was about to go into a fight, you know, I usually would like shave like a part of like my left eyebrow and then shave like most of my right one off because it makes me a lot more aerodynamic, especially for like Muay Thai. I'm more of a striker. I'm not like if someone get me on the ground, then it's over, bro. You know what I mean? It's a done deal. But, you know, y'all talk about some straddling and shit and then, like, you know, all that. I mean, Ram, if you ain't about that, then I mean, damn, bro, you ain't even, what you doing, bro? I mean, you gotta live, you gotta go for that life, bro. But, I mean, real talk. We got Chimping Out coming out soon. I mean, you seen the logo for that shit. I mean, that shit, even, I mean, Richard Spence even got his, Pepe lapel pin from when he got punched in the face. Except it feels bad or it looks a little queasy. I don't know if he was wearing like a smiling one or some shit. I don't know. This shit's gonna be too long, but also shout out to Randy and shout out to, to Svensson. Yeah, I can remember that nigga's name. I was gonna be like, bruh, I don't wanna forget a nigga's name and shit. But, you know, maybe I'll have Svensson and Randy on as guests for the same episode. And then do like, you know, I want to get Mad Cuts on and do the blackest problem in the universe, bro. We gonna bring it back. We don't gotta pitch that shit to Dick. Ain't no way. We just gonna do that shit, bro, and then see what he think about it. Oh yeah, don't shut this line off. I'm cover that bitch ass. And Randy, you better get your damn shit straight and get your ass to Oklahoma. If I can literally as a half black man work full time, then for real talk, bro, you should be able to get to Oklahoma. I mean, shit, it's Oklahoma, bro. Going up Alabama, you practically can teleport to.
It just goes on.
Shit. Don't shut this shit down, Rim. Also, be careful about that ISIS shit, bro. I mean, I saw that some nigga, they put that nigga on fire, chopped that nigga's head off. This shit was fucked up. I hope the videos y'all doing a little bit different. But I mean, it's not, I mean, it's violent enough. I mean, if you can get yourself up, it'll be sweat spaghetti. But hey, man, damn. Also, I believe 100% of squirters are liars. Ain't no such thing as a real squirter. It's all urine. Don't even try it. Shut up. All y'all shut up. It's fact. It's objective. I'm done.
I can support that there are squirters. There are definitely squirters.
I'm so sorry.
Sounds like Isaac got worked up.
Yeah. A little bit upset there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac, I'll keep the Dickman line open, man, but you got to bring the fire every single week because that was great.
He's so crazy.
Isaac's got a podcast coming out, Chipping Out with Isaac. Look for it soon. I edited that shit. So thanks, buddy. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, I can confirm squirting. I had a girl that, she would squirt. Like if I was fingering her,
God,
she could squirt. And like if she was sitting, you know, like in a seat of a car and you're fingering her and she's squirted, if it ricocheted off my palm, it could hit the ceiling of the car. Like that's massive squirting.
That's piss.
Like she's a big squirter. Nope.
Come on.
Nope. It was not.
It's debatable. It depends. Still up for debate. Yeah.
We'd have to see it because I've seen both.
Right.
Most of the time I see piss and also smells like piss and looks like piss. Mm-hmm. But he may have had a woman who actually projectile.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, and it was like you said, it was clear. And it definitely was not. There's no way it was urine. You'd
that's a huge debate in the lifestyle.
Right.
If it's just a little bit that you feel squirting on like your lower belly, I mean, then I'll give it to you. Maybe that's like a real squirt. But like if it's hitting the ceiling, Ray, that's piss, man. Come on.
Well, my hand's doing some work too. I'm just saying.
I mean, how much? Ray, we got to have like a chat about your sexual exploits in life because listen, no offense, Ray. I always thought you were like some kind of like really nice guy who was kind of a nerd. And so I didn't imagine you had any sex before you met your wife. But apparently, you were like some sort of gigolo in Southern California, who traveled the world.
Oh, dude, like when I'm the guy that girls can take home to meet their mom and dad and the mom and dad think, oh, he's the sweetest guy. But I see that is absolutely not the case.
Yeah.
Not at all.
My problem there, Ray, is I was always like not good looking. I have a massive penis, but I'm not good looking. I can't exactly show the parents how big my penis is when I came home with the girl, right? So
Well, if it's hanging out the bottom of your pant leg, they're like, "Oh, this guy."
Then
I know he's here.
The cops are called, and we have problems. So what are you going to do? All right. So hey, thank you, Eros Nice. Do you have any thoughts on Isaac's voicemail?
I thought that was great. Very funny. Sounds like actually a cool cat.
Well, he's very loyal to you guys. I love that.
Isaac's the best. He's been on our show a couple of times, and last time he was on with a porn star. So we're bringing the worlds together. We're bringing everybody together. Okay, what do we got left here? We got we have a Mr. Porno Man. Are you guys interested in hearing some pornography?
Yeah, sure. Hey, is Isaac the man who drove to another city to have sex with a little person? Was that him?
No, that's Dylan.
No, that was Dylan.
Okay,
Dylan from yeah. Whoops. Oh, let's turn that off. Okay, Dylan from the Not for Human Consumption podcast. He met a little person on Tinder and had sex with her in a church parking lot, and then never talked to her again. He's kind of a degenerate. Yep. Yeah, that's great. He's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna have him on the show again soon.
He's a bit of a low life now.
All right, so we got another voicemail here. We've got to play for fucking Ray. I don't know how you work this into your contract, Ray, where you get paid each time one of these are played, but you're an asshole, and I hope you don't get that rework after 100.
They went to the Eros school of arguing and negotiation.
God, you know what, Ray? Huel would love Eros Nisus. It's too bad he died.
Hey, folks. Yeah. It's time for that wacky segment where we review porn. Because we have a psychopath listener, better known as the laughing stock of the adult film industry, who insists on sending us his ridiculous
fuck Mr.
piles
Porno
of
Man.
trash.
He's an asshole.
So without further ado,
right.
Mr. Porno Man's latest perversion.
So Eros Nisus, this is the first time we've done the porn review with you two. I'll post a link in the live show chat room so you guys can follow along. Mr. Porno Man is a world renowned porn producer, and he found our show one day. He decided he's going to send us the clips that he does, and he always has a little backstory behind them. And then Ray and I are stuck judging his porn, and it's usually pretty terrible. Coming up for 100, it should be like a rap porn battle between Randy and Mr. Porno Man. But Randy's having problems, and Mr. Porno Man is, consistently some sort of asshole. So I don't even know that that's going to happen, but we'll see. So, Ray, read this letter, and I'm going to post this link in the chat room for Eros Nisus. And Eros Nisus, again, it's in the live show chat room.
You okay?
Okay.
It will be.
All right, so he sends this in that says, "Greetings, gentlemen. The world is turning on its head, so we at Porno Man Productions are trying to add a little comedy to the world of porn in an effort to maintain a modicum of sanity. As we always say during our recording sessions, there's no better way to cure coronavirus than to watch some porn."
I heard that from a doctor. It's true.
Sounds like they say. Okay, that makes sense. That checks out. So for this week's video, excuse me, we are doing prank porn. Oh my God. Undoubtedly, this is not a genre you've ever indulged yourselves, so welcome to your newest filth. Regards, Mr. Porno Man.
All right, so let's see what we got here. I don't have high.
This guy's the worst.
Turn that down. All right, so you got some decent graphics here.
What up, invaders? Chris here.
Oh,
Right, so
God.
today I'm here at Venice Beach, and if you guys didn't know, I'm actually half Persian. So today I'm gonna try to find some beautiful Muslim girls and kiss them. As always,
Jesus Christ.
Let's do it.
Too much setup.
Where are you from? Iran. That's crazy.
Okay, so let me set this up for our listeners at home, because obviously this is a video. This is a gentleman with his hat backwards and a stupid t-shirt, and he's talking to a woman who's wearing like a nun outfit that's supposed to be a burqa, but it's not covering her face, so it's not a burqa. So they've already, Mr. Portman, you've already fucked this up. But all right, let's continue here.
Yeah, it's awful.
Visiting? All right, this is totally crazy.
Awful as usual.
You probably don't do this in Iran, but I wanted to know if you wanted to play a really quick game of rock, paper,
She's definitely
scissors
not
for a
Iranian.
kiss. Sure. You're down? All right, here we go.
No way.
Rock, paper, scissors. I win. Come here.
Okay, ISIS.
Ew.
If a gentleman came up to you while at the casino in Las Vegas and said, "Hey, good looking, I was wondering if you want to play a game with me," and you just happened to indulge him and say, "Okay, what's your game?" And I said, "Let's play rock, paper, scissors, and if I win, you have to give me a kiss." Like, what's your response right there?
Kicking me in the nuts.
Yeah, you're kicking me in the nuts. Exactly. All right,
fuck
Mr.
you.
Portman. Yeah, this is already terrible. Okay. So now
Yeah,
they're
it's bad.
kissing. And now he's touching her ass.
And the outfit looks like from the Halloween store that she's wearing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And she's not wearing anything underneath, apparently. So, Jesus. Mr. Pornoman, really? This is what you're going to give us with Eros Nisus on? This is embarrassing.
Where are you from?
Okay. Now it's another...
Saudi Arabia? Okay.
Okay. So now he's talking to a woman
Oh yeah, okay.
that's wearing like a black dress with a denim jacket that's too big for her and a red...
Like a mini dress.
Yeah, it's like a mini dress. Yeah. And a red... I guess, I don't know, a headdress that should be a burqa covering her face, but it's not.
They call them like hijabs.
Hijabs. Thank you.
Yeah. But this one just looked like kind of a makeshift.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know. They just tied it around her head somehow.
Isis, I just remembered you're Middle Eastern, aren't you?
Yeah. Fuck you guys. No, I'm just
Oh my
kidding.
God. I am so sorry. Fuck you, Mr. Pornoman, you're an asshole. Like, he did this shit on purpose.
I don't know if they have this game. Do you know the slap game? And do they have that?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Is it? Oh, here, give me your hands.
Dude, I hate this guy.
This is the game. You hold your hands there. If I can slap you like this without you pulling them away fast enough, I get a kiss. Are you down?
Okay, let's try it.
Okay.
Ray.
This is very tame.
I'm failing to see the
Oh, yeah.
prank, and I'm failing to see the porn. Like, where's the good stuff? Where's the good stuff?
They get coronavirus after they kiss him? Where's the
I-
prank?
Okay, Isis, let's workshop this, okay? All right, so Isis, you're at the poker table, whatever game you play at Vegas, all right?
Yeah.
And Eros is off getting a drink, and I come up to you, all right? So let's just pretend, let's do a little role play here. Eros, do you mind if I role play with your lady?
Well, you have to pretend that you're good looking. You have to paint
Yeah,
a
yeah.
picture like you're tall with big muscles, super lean.
Look, here, I'm a fairly skinny guy who looks like he runs a lot, like producer Ryan, but I'm wearing camouflage cargo shorts and a stupid
Okay.
jacket and a no logo baseball hat on my head. Okay, all right. So Isis, you're sitting at the poker table, you're doing your thing. I'm all right. Hey, good looking. I like your style. I like what you're wearing there. What's up?
Not much. I'm just enjoying my cigar and
All right.
trying to play my game here.
And she's being nice to you right now. She's letting you spit your game because what else would you say at this point?
Yeah. I got you. All right. Have you ever played the slap game before?
No. What the fuck is that?
That's like where I'm going to try to slap your hands and you have to take them away. So I'll tell you what, if I slap your hands and you don't get them out of the way in time, you have to give me a kiss. What do you think about that?
And that's where I throw my drink in your face.
Oh, exactly. Mr. Pornoman, this is bullshit. I hate Mr. Ray. Can you do the tangent to Mr. Pornoman or do I have to and embarrass myself in front of our sexy guest by getting angry? Because now I'm pissed off.
I'm just trying to figure out how, okay, anytime a guy says, we're doing this and winner or loser gets a kiss, ultimately the guy's getting his kiss. That's all he wants. You know what I mean? Like there's no winner or loser other than the fact that maybe the person participating with this dumbass is the loser.
The dumbass is a loser, Ray. He's a loser.
They're all
both losers.
dumbasses.
My God.
I got to hand it to them, though.
Yeah.
They're using a good camera, though.
Yeah.
And he does have a Sennheiser wireless mic, although I don't think she's mic'd up.
So the gear is
They're
decent.
sharing mic.
There you go. So you can tell there's some production quality
Yeah,
here,
and
but
they're in focus and the background is a little blurry.
Yeah, so it's good. The production quality so far so good.
Exactly.
So, Isis, if I came at you with
But
some
the
decent
writing.
gear, like, would that change your mind? Like,
That would be if you had a really nice camera and a really nice microphone and some recording equipment.
yeah.
That would be a bonus point.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So add that to the scene. Is next thing you know, Isis, is you look over and not only is Rem saying this, but he has the microphone and there's me standing there with the camera and I'm filming this. How does that change your perspective on how you react?
I don't know. It's the whole thing is so ridiculous. This is hard to watch.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
I
a
can't-
prank because it's really set up.
Yeah,
You know?
they're all set up.
Yeah. This is last time Mr. Pornoman submitted something, I thought it was the worst he's ever done. This is Ray. This is the worst
Yes.
he's ever done.
And then
The last
every
time was-
This is why we hate him.
yeah.
Well, every girl that comes on, every girl that comes on after the first one is wearing more and more revealing clothing. She just happens to have a scarf on her head. So I don't know. I know it's a porn prank video. It's not supposed to be totally realistic, but just everything about
That
it.
doesn't count.
The prank is that they got us to watch it.
Yeah,
That's what it
the
was,
prank
and it
is
was a
that this
waste
got
of our
posted
time.
without this guy being called a racist. Because my God, like what's going on here, Mr. Porno Man? Your quality in your the nonsense you send us has gone down every single week since I don't know 10 weeks ago. You have a battle coming up in the next episode with Randy, and you're definitely going to lose because this sucks. This is terrible. This is worse than the animated nonsense you sent last time, Mr. Porno Man. Why would you take the same beautiful girl 3 different times, put her in 3 different hijabs and 3 different outfits to try to tell us it's a different woman? Are you kidding me? This is Ray, you're the one who's in contact with Mr. Porno Man quite often. Please tell him just to stop. I don't want Mr. Porno Man anymore past episode 100. I let him do the porn rap battle with Randy, but I'm done. I'm done with this shit because it sucks.
It just gets worse and worse. This is why we hate this guy. So, I mean, there's literally this video, like Eros, you're saying the equipment is actually pretty good. This is like some dude that thinks he can just go out and start a podcast and he'll be good because he buys the highest end, whatever it is, but has no idea what he's doing, has no, like literally no direction at all. And just goes, yep, I'm good to go. And that's pretty much what it seems like Mr. Porno Man does. Maybe he's got like some rich parents or something that just bought him all the gear, and he just travels the world on their dime, just making up bullshit, and then thinks that he's some amazing artist of some sort or something.
And then in the comments of this video, Horny Wolf 1381 says he surely does not know what is Muslim even is. So there you go, Mr. Porno Man.
So bad.
All right. Eros and Isis, I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming on for 99. How does my audience find you guys? How do we see the beautiful pictures of Isis? How do we find your podcast, your Instagram, all that stuff? Just plug away, please.
Well, our website is priorysociety.com, and we are on pretty much every podcasting platform out there. So, you can find us on our website. Our social media, Twitter and Instagram, we are at Priory Society, and it's spelled PRIORY, then Society. And that's where you can see, some of those booty pics and some of my feet pictures.
Oh yeah, people like that. They love the booty pics.
Yes.
all the guys who love to eat ass.
Those are the most popular.
Is it creepy to tell you that I, when you post those pictures, I DM them to Ray and I said, "My God," like that's my comment.
That it's true.
It's a compliment.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah,
it is a compliment.
Eros, God bless you. God bless you. I'm sorry. But seriously, if you guys are ever on the East Coast, you want to grab a drink, totally, legit, straight up drink. I'll buy you a $12 old fashioned and maybe 2. Yeah. What do you guys have coming up on your next episode? And tell us real quick about your latest episode with the Rhode Island stag. I don't know if I should say that. Should I say Rhode Island? With the stag vixen.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in their name. So the couple from Rhode Island, they were pregnant at the time when we recorded.
Yeah.
All right. So they're good to go. She's had the baby. Yeah. They're out there in the lifestyle doing good stuff. That is the most recent episode. It is 42. It's a lot of fun. The guy apparently loves to have his balls slapped, and he puts a cock ring. He puts a cock ring on his penis and also on his ball sack on the top of it. And then he likes to have his wife slap it with a little paddle or with her hand.
Oh my God.
He says he likes to get the balls to form like a little brain. You know how the balls are kind of wrinkly to begin with? Those look like a brain. So he loves ball play.
Yeah, it's called the brain. Yeah.
And he loves to share his wife. And it's this beautiful white girl, good booty, like real nice figure. And he loves to share her, man, in the lifestyle. Obviously, you want to be someone who's in the lifestyle or at least understands the rules. That you don't want to go over there and try to fall in love with her and, do all that's typical Mr. Steal Your Girl stuff. Yeah. Because as a single male, you'd want to go in there and just kind of, you're a stunt cock, right? You're a helper. You're helping to fulfill their fantasies. And so that's 42. A lot of fun, that couple. In episode 43, that'll be up in about a day or two. Actually be up by tomorrow. It is our gratitude episode.
Yeah.
We thank our listeners. We're coming up on 2 years of podcasting. And we go through our stats, download stats. We talk about where our listeners are located, where our downloads are coming from, what city. And then we shout out all those people worldwide. And then we talk about what we have coming up for us. And, we printed merchandise, and we believe that if someone's a listener of the podcast, then they're open-minded, they have a good time. So we're telling people to wear merchandise at the next Swinger event.
Yep.
That way listeners could identify each other, and at least you're kindred spirits, you have similar sense of humor and all that good stuff. So we talk about all that, and that'll be uploaded soon. And then we have this entire swinging basics, where we're going to get into all the fundamentals of doing it correctly, because we found out through analytics and through all the messages we get about right around half of our listeners are brand new. They have fantasy. They don't know how to do it, what to do, first, second, or third. So we're going to do some fundamental episodes where we go through deciding your style of play, how to not convince, you don't want to use that word, but how to persuade your partner to enter the lifestyle and explore a little bit. We're going to cover all that stuff. So that's all coming up real soon here.
Yeah.
Nice. Ray, make sure you listen to that. Okay, buddy?
Fantastic.
I love you guys.
I know it's nice that you said that you go into the analytics of all of it. But come on, you're doing a little bragging. I mean, you got 3 listeners. It can't be that hard. Try it with 8. Oh my God. Talk about some work. No, but that's awesome that you guys do that. I know that you guys have an amazing podcast. You guys are awesome to listen to. So for anyone out there that hasn't listened, absolutely check them out.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
It's been great.
No, thank you, Arrow. Stop that with the nonsense. Thank you and Isis for coming on and being awesome, being sexy. And it's great. Ray, plug your shit real quick, man.
At Jules Winfeld on Twitter, and then that voicemail line. That's Isaac just hit it up a few minutes ago, but 860-316-4776. We love those things.
Hey Ray, you ever give any consideration to changing your @ name like I did when I used my real legal name?
That's part of my negotiating tactics with Mr. Dickman.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so coming up, ladies and gentlemen, we have episode 100, and it may be the last episode of TRDS. It may be the beginning of a new era. We don't know. We don't know yet, because these contract negotiations are coming down right to the wire. This whole coronavirus has kind of, put a delay in things, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The whole Dickman Con 2020 may not be happening, as Randy got some bad news with work, and Ray hasn't said whether he's coming. And producer Ryan, if nobody can pick him up at the Dallas airport, he's not coming, right? So it just might be Rem alone in his bathroom for episode 100, and it's some weird place in Oklahoma. So I don't know. I told you at the beginning of the show that we kind of recorded these at a different time. I don't know when 100 is going to be out yet. We're either going to record it on the 21st in Norman, Oklahoma, in Randy's Airbnb, or we're going to record it a week later when I get back on a Saturday night with me and Ray, and we're just pulling something together out of our ass real quick. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's kind of that's the Rich Dickman lifestyle for you. So, all right. If you like what we do and you want to support the show, we would really appreciate it if you hopped on patreon.com/richdickman, because we have lots of stuff. You get something every week. You're getting bonus clips every week. And right now you have access to the 2 liquor fueled episodes that are still available for the world. And you have Ray and I's pop-up audio on that. And those were recorded 6 years ago. So you get to travel back in time and then listen to a younger version of Rem getting drunk. I'm getting drunk right now. I don't know what the difference is. Probably funnier back then. Probably a lot funnier. Yeah, but you can go to richdickman.com and for all your Rich Dickman needs, click the merch tab, get yourself an Eat the Rich t-shirt or any of those t-shirts that are up there. Producer Ryan is working on new shirts, as I said last week. I don't have the new ones yet. Maybe I will by the time this posts. I don't know, but check the merch tab. We might have some new shirts up there. And we're on YouTube. We don't have that youtube.com/Rich Dickman show yet because we don't have enough subscribers. So go ahead. Search Rich Dickman and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm probably going to vlog a lot of my trip to Oklahoma because it's looking like I'm going to be super bored and lonely in an airport. It's probably going to be empty with an empty plane. I'm going to look for a free upgrade to first class. You know what? Next time, Eros and Isis, we got to talk about your highfalutin lifestyle. All right. I really want to know how you guys, negotiate and get yourselves like the suites and the first class flights, the trips to Japan, all the sushi fresh out of the water. I see your posts I see how you guys live. It's great. It's awesome.
Anything you want, we're happy to share all the strategies and secrets.
You guys are great.
Good. RichDickmanShow at gmail.com, at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. I am at Rem Dickman on Twitter. And you can follow producer Ryan at Ryan TRDS. My mother at Rem_Mama. You guys, I got to tell you, it's the weirdest thing when I tweet something and then Elisa May, famous porn star Elisa May, responds to it, and my mom likes Elisa May's response. It's just so weird.
She likes her more than you.
Yeah. No.
Awkward.
Yeah, she does. She does. And of course, the Dickman line, 860-316-4776. I would like to thank the Knob Creek Brewery for the brewing of this delicious bourbon I've been drinking tonight. Aerosnisis, thank you once again. This is, you know what? This is like up there with my favorite episodes already. I love this. This was so much fun. Thank you guys for being so awesome. Let's not wait another 30 weeks to do this again. What do you say?
Yeah, just let us know when.
Let us know. We'll be back at the studio with you guys. A lot of fun with you all the time.
What are the chances we can get Ray down to your studio and Ray can do like an in-person podcast at your place? I know that sounds creepy.
Wait, where are you guys at again?
No, that would be.
You guys are in LA, right?
Yeah, we'd be down for that.
Have him bring his wife.
Oh shit!
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
God
No.
damn it,
You're welcome. You're welcome to join us in the studio because we could log in from here and we'll all be on live, which would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And we have all the mics to do that and a great space to do that in. So
Ray,
that'd be awesome.
I'm hooking you up.
I'll send you.
All right. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you again next week for 100. Good night.
See ya. Yeah, I mean, I did I tell you guys that? I'm like in Sacramento, so I'm not that far away. Not that I'm like hopping in my car right now. But
Oh yeah, no, that's not bad at all, man.
it's,
7 hour.
yeah, I go down to LA every once in a while.
We should do that. We should arrange that and do a recording and log in and it'd be badass. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Dude, I'd be so jealous if you did that, Ray.
Easy peasy.
Like, if you wanted to make me like jealous and angry, you do that hanging out with Aerosnisis.
I would do it just.
Yeah.
I would even like pay Aerosnisis, like be like, what I got? I'll bring like get offerings of like booze or whatever, you know what I mean? Like do whatever I got to do it just to make you jealous.
Do it.
Yeah.
I know you would too. You're an asshole.